Hey guys, today we are headed to a Salvation Army to look for home decor. I'll also show you additional footage from my trip to the red, white, and blue when I was supposed to be thrifting for light academia decor. I'll share another story about an intense interaction with a fellow shopper. This was like 2 days after Christmas, so I guess the holiday spirit had already evaporated. Anyway, I've got to head to 2 thrift stores, show you a little haul, and some thrift flips, so let's get going. I've been to the Salvation Army in the past. You guys remember when I didn't buy that yellowware bowl at the thrift store? Yeah, that is this Salvation Army. Sometimes you walk into a thrift store and you get a vibe like, oh, this place has some treasures. And I'm not gonna lie, this store did not give me that vibe when I first came here. But there actually were treasures. So when I get that feeling, I just want to remind myself to be patient and not write off a store because I don't find gold the second I step inside. It's the end of January now, and you know I've been thrifting many times since December 25th. Do you think that January and February are good thrifting months? Like, have people started to donate their unwanted holiday gifts? Have they been decluttering their homes as part of a New Year's resolution or a refresh, and we're going to see an influx of items at the thrift store? I like the logic behind this theory, but what has been your experience? The last time I was here, we found several mid-century looking paintings. A couple of you guys commented about how common these types of pieces were back in the day. They were a big trend and being mass produced, so everyone had one in their home. Anyway, that's the reason I'm taking time to go through the art now, just in case there is a rare jewel in the mix. I thought this little rabbit was cute, but I didn't see a price on him, so I left him behind. I don't know the Salvation Army's policy on items without stickers. Some thrift stores, like Goodwill, can price something at checkout, while other thrift stores just take the item from you and it'll get priced and put out again the next day. The reason why we are not listening to my original audio is because it was really crowded in the store. People were right on top of me, so I had to wait or double back to look at things. I ended up buying some ironstone pieces and I waited in line for about 30 minutes to check out. The wait was long in part because it was busy, but mostly because they seemed understaffed. The Salvation Army organizes their home goods section by color. Not all thrift stores do this, but there is something aesthetically pleasing when things are arranged by color. I think there are some colors that are used more in interiors than others, or colors that are particularly trendy. For example, there was a time when people were using a lot of gray in their homes. Over the last few years, there have been a lot of greens and browns. I think blue is a constant, but you know what color I don't see a lot? Purple. It seems like people will go for red or yellow before purple. Even pink has had a moment. Remember millennial pink and Barbie pink? I've started to see eggplant-colored paint and purple veining in marble more recently. In my Design Trends of 2025 video, I talked about Ben Moore's Cinnamon Slate as color of the year. It's like a brownie purple, so maybe purple is gonna have a moment. I think this was here last time I was here. At this point, the housewares section had emptied out a bit, and I spent some time looking through the plates and platters. I'm always trying to find beautiful servingware. You probably noticed how long I held that blue and white plate. The camera does not do it justice. It was so pretty in real life, but it was also so damaged. I put it in my cart anyway. Big bowl. Look at that bowl. Look at how big that bowl is. some more. There's a couple colanders. Let's see how much they are. $4.99 for that one. Unknown for that one. That guy's plastic. Alright, here's what we got. This soup tureen, some what look like maybe 70s or 80s glasses. I actually ended up finding 6. This really pretty blue and white, but it's so damaged. You could still buy it and put like plants or something on it. This pretty looking watercolor, I guess. This handmade ceramic, a brass vase, this plate, and then some ironstone. TBD, I have to do some research on this. I did buy the ironstone, and I'm probably going to list it on my Poshmark. Now let's head back to Red, White, and Blue with Ed and Coconut. We are supposed to be looking for light academia style home decor.
Attention shoppers, to help speed your way through the checkout, please remove all hangers from your purchases prior to approaching the register. You may leave hangers on the rack provided near the registers or on any rack in the store. Thank you for shopping at Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store, and have a great day.
Plus, podcasts, sports, and so much more.
To start off a month and a half later or 2 months later is tough, but we will show forward.
Happy holidays from TuneIn.
What is this? That is not light academia. You could put that in there. Ed, you can put that in there. Do you want it? No? Okay, well then definitely don't put it in there. On another note, my friend is looking for French onion soup bowls like this. So I just sent a photo to her in case she wants me to get those. Oh my god. This is kind of cool. I don't collect Pyrex though. Gravy boat, creme brulee dish. Doesn't have a lid anymore. this.
You know what? Sorry, I just remembered that East Coast Italian Greyhound Rescue.
Yeah?
If you join them on Facebook, they have a lot of interesting stuff like vaccinations. Like I don't give mine leptospirosis.
Yeah,
you know?
My breeder told me not to do that one.
Yeah.
Should we pick these up? See what is under there? Oh, sorry, Mo.
Attention shoppers, items will not be sold if the tag is loose, missing, or altered. Open boxes or bags will not be sold. Cashiers may not reprice merchandise. Items will be repriced on the next production day. Please be sure your items are to your full satisfaction prior to paying for them, as we do not make refunds, exchanges,
Since 1976, East Coast Lumber, East Hampstead, has been the supplier of choice, serving communities for their building needs. Whether you're looking for doors and windows, kitchen and bath, building materials, roofing equipment, seasonal items, or any assortment of
Blue,
products for your next
$2.99.
project.
Attention shoppers, do not sit on any furniture or attempt to use any exercise equipment.
The baskets, definitely not part of the white academia world, but keeping an eye out because you never know. You never know what you might find. For 99 cents, I might need that wreath for that DIY that Ed doesn't want me to do. Did I tell you guys? We were in a store and they had done, I'll insert a photo. They had done a tree. I don't think it was necessarily Christmas, meant to be a Christmas tree, but it was out at Christmas. And I was like, oh, should I make the tree that looks like this with the shells that I have? And he goes, barf, or something. Which means I definitely will do it and gift it to him. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna dig into these baskets. Here is my haul from our day of thrifting for light academia home decor. Does this fit? Kind of, not really. So in the back there with the art print, it's a botanical print, so that could work for light academia, dark academia, and even whimsy goth. The only issue is that I don't know if this happened at the thrift store and I didn't notice, or it happened when we put it in the car, but there is a crack in the glass there. It's actually broken, so I had planned to reframe it anyway. So not the end of the world, but I guess I won't be gifting that to anyone, the frame. I won't be passing that along. I got a wreath. I think this was like $1. I wanted it for a DIY that I've planned for the spring. I got this pasta bowl. I'm going to list this on Poshmark. I'm going to list these brass candlestick holders on Poshmark. I think I wish I had done a before and after because they were so filthy, and now they're so like 110% cleaner. But I'll probably list those. I picked up this cute little bowl. Unfortunately, it has a crack in it, and there were some other bowls that went with this, like a large platter, which I really liked. It's right up my alley, blue and white with like a pretty little scene on it. However, everything was cracked in like the exact same place, and I didn't want to invest in anything more than, I think this was like $1. I didn't want to invest in something that had a big crack in it. And then I got this little crystal little glass container. Do I show you how I style it? Maybe. Oh, something not pictured. I did thrift a sort of like cottagecore Englishy type sweater that I'm hand washing right now, and it's drying in my bathroom. I think this is everything that I got from this trip. You may remember this frame from my Thrift with Me road trip videos. She was meant for a painting, but my measurements were off. Maybe it was meant to be because this botanical print fit perfectly in the frame, and I think it really elevates the art. I also like the casual look of art leaning against the wall, though I think I'll end up hanging it when I make over my bedroom. Speaking of makeovers, let's start on those, and I'll tell you some of the stories from thrifting. You guys probably saw me, I don't know if you saw me thrift this, but I definitely talked about this during a previous video. I think it was back at Christmas when I was decorating. I showed you the different options that I was considering, and oh, that camera bumped because Coco bumped my arm. Good morning, Coco. Good morning, Coco. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try that again. Yeah? Okay. I'm going to do a little test with the citrus strip to see, just on a little piece, instead of just going full on and seeing what happens if I put it, cover it completely with the stripper. I'm just going to test an area and see what happens, because I think, I'm not opposed to this kind of yellow color being the color, as you saw in that inspo image. But I'm also obviously really into like the terracotta, which is underneath. Let's try a little spot test. I'm going to leave this on for a couple hours and we'll come back later. This is after about an hour. I'm just going to wipe off this citrus strip to see what we've got going on. Oh my God. That's kind of like exactly what I want to happen. You guys, could this work out? Could it? Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself here. And by that, I mean, I'm not going to believe that this is going to come off as well and on the whole thing, but I am going to apply more, and I'm going to set a timer so that I come back at the right time. Because I tend to, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I tend to start a little project over here. I start a little project over there. I don't think I have ADHD. I do think that it's just a product of living in today's world. But I think we all have a little bit of, what is it, Mo? Okay, Coco is chirping because she wants me to put a blanket over her. This is not torture. She's just such a princess. All right, so I'm gonna leave this on for a little while. I'm gonna set my timer so that I come back after an hour and I don't get distracted by all my other projects, and hopefully I'll have thought of what that word is by the time I get back to you guys. All right, I'll see you in about an hour. This is what she wanted, see? This is her blanket that she came with when she was a tiny baby. She still has it. Oh, it's working. After successfully removing that bigger chunk, I went ahead and did the whole thing. Yes, that is a tiny Christmas tree hanging out in the corner of my apartment that I have not taken down yet. Are we full on into January when I'm doing this DIY? Yes, we are. All right, gonna set my timer for an hour. See what happens. Here she is in all her bubbling glory. I'm gonna start wiping off this gunk. While past Megan works on that, let's chat about the thrift store drama. Picture this. I'm at Red, White, and Blue, and I'm going through the clothing aisle. You know how there's a natural flow when you're looking through clothes? Like most thrift stores hang all of their clothes in the same direction so that you can work through shirts, blouses, sweaters, front to back. Since they are hung that way, customers can work through the right side of the aisle while another set of customers can work through the left side of the same aisle. So that is what is happening. I'm on the left side with 3 other ladies, and there are another 3 ladies on the right side. I notice on the right side of the aisle a shorter brown-haired woman with a cart, and she's trying to pass a taller brown-haired woman with a cart. The taller woman, let's call her Gwen, had a cart in front of her, and the shorter woman, let's call her Maria, was trying to get around Gwen. I could tell Maria was a little bothered that it was crowded, and in an effort to help Maria get through, I moved my cart into the clothes on the left side of the aisle, trying to give her as much space as possible. Maria got through, and all was right in the world. Except it wasn't. Maybe a minute later, Gwen wanted to get by Maria, but couldn't get her cart through. So Gwen left her cart behind, walked in front of Maria, and started going through the rack. Okay, we're still fine. This is when Maria's daughter walks up behind Gwen's cart. I look at Maria's daughter, and out of the corner of my eye, I see Maria, who turns to her daughter and says, "I couldn't get through because of this hog," and pushes Gwen's cart a little. At that point, I looked back at Maria's daughter, who looked at me, and simply moved the cart a little bit closer to Maria and walked the opening she had created. I couldn't see Gwen, but I made eye contact with all the other women in the aisle, and everyone had those big, "Did you hear that?" eyes. I just thought, let me get away from Maria. She's clearly upset, and I don't want to get into it with her just because I'm near her. I moved down the aisle, and one lady asked me, "What's wrong with her? Why is she trying to start something? It's crowded. Just let it go." And I said, I don't know. I'm choosing not to be like that. We're all here together and we can choose how we want to act with one another, and I'm choosing not to be like that. My new friend echoed my thoughts and we chatted about the treasures we'd found. Her friend came up to us and told us she saw some things in the pet section that might work for Coco. She was so cute. Even though Maria was having a bad day, I had 3 or 4 lovely conversations with other shoppers where we shared thrift tips, talked about Italian greyhounds, reselling, and other general chit-chat. Overall, a positive experience. How has it been for you guys lately in the thrift store? I hope that you've been having good experiences while thrifting. I have found our community to be largely positive, supportive, helpful, and kind. Speaking of helpful, I'm calling on you guys to help me learn about this pot. The stamp at the bottom says made in Portugal, and I've Google lensed it, but I haven't found anything that's an exact match, just similar matches that are confit pots. So if you know anything else about it, please share in the comments. Gunk. But now let's see the glow up. I'm not sure where this pot will end up, so I'm trying it out in a bunch of different spots around my home. I had another little DIY to show you, but I'm a little tired, so we'll save it for another day. Next Saturday, I'm planning to drop my mid-century modern design style video. Usually my design videos are part design style, part mood board, and part thrift, but I'm thinking of changing the format, so we'll see. If you like thrifting, DIYs, and interior design, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. If you turn on your notifications, you'll be alerted when I drop a new video. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!